Welcome to Healthyfy Hub. And before we go any single second further, I need you to do one thing right now. Hit that subscribe button. I'm not asking you to do it at the end. I am asking you right now, in this very first minute, because what I'm about to share with you in the next 15 minutes is going to completely change the way you feel in your body every single morning. And I do not want you to ever miss another video like this one. So please, right now, tap subscribe. It takes 2 seconds, and it could genuinely change your life. Welcome. I am so glad you are here today. Now, let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this before you answer. When was the last time you woke up in the morning and your body actually felt good? Not just okay, not just tolerable, but actually good. Light. Loose. Ready? When was the last time you stood up from bed and your hips did not ache? When was the last time you walked to the kitchen in the morning without that stiffness in your lower back reminding you that another night of sleep did not fix anything? If you are struggling to remember that feeling, I want you to know something important. You are not alone. And more importantly, this is not just the way things have to be. The stiffness, the heaviness, the aching, the feeling that your body is just getting older and there is nothing you can do about it. None of that is inevitable. And today, I'm going to prove it to you. It is about circulation. It is about blood flow. It is about the fact that when we sleep, and when we spend hours sitting during the day, our bodies are essentially cutting off the supply of fresh, oxygenated blood to some of the most important areas we have. Our hips, our pelvis, our lower back, our legs. These areas are literally being starved of the nutrients they need to feel good and move freely. And the result of that starvation is exactly what you feel every single morning when you try to get out of bed. But here is the beautiful truth. The body is incredibly responsive. It wants to heal. It wants to feel good. It was designed to move. And when you give it the right kind of movement, even gentle movement, even slow and simple movement, it responds almost immediately. The blood starts flowing. The joints start lubricating. The muscles start waking up. And within minutes, you can go from feeling stiff and heavy to feeling genuinely lighter and more alive. That is not an exaggeration. That is just biology. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make that happen every single morning in your own home. Without any equipment, without any gym, and without any experience in fitness whatsoever. Today we are doing 5 specific exercises that target the areas that matter most for how you feel every day. We are going to work the hips, the pelvis, the inner thighs, and the deep muscles of the glutes. These are the areas that control how you walk, how you sit, how you stand, and even how your vital organs function. And when these areas are well circulated and well mobilized, the effect ripples out through your entire body. You feel more energy. You feel less pain. You feel more confident in every single movement you make throughout the day. That is what we are building toward today. So find yourself a comfortable spot, whether that is on a mat on the floor or even on a firm bed, and let us get started because your body has been waiting for this. Let us talk for just a moment about why circulation matters so much, because I want you to truly understand what is happening in your body, not just follow along blindly. When you sit for long periods of time, which most of us do far more than we realize, your body is in a position that actually compresses the blood vessels that supply your lower half. The chair itself acts like a clamp on the backs of your thighs. The hip flexors are held in a shortened position for hours. The glutes are compressed and inactive. And the result of all of this is that blood pools in certain areas and is restricted from others. That restriction means your joints are not getting the synovial fluid they need to move smoothly. Your muscles are not getting the oxygen they need to stay relaxed and functional. And your pelvic organs, which rely on good circulation to work properly, are being partially starved with every hour you spend seated. Now, add to this the fact that most of us sleep in curled-up positions, which further restricts circulation, and you start to understand why mornings feel so brutal. You have spent 8 hours largely motionless in a position that tightens everything up, and then you wonder why it hurts to stand. It is not mystery. It is mechanics, and we can change those mechanics with movement, specific, targeted, intelligent movement, which is exactly what we have today. One more thing before we begin, and this is important. Please share this video. If you know someone, a parent, a sibling, a friend, A neighbor? Who wakes up stiff and achy every morning? Please send this to them right now. You might be doing something genuinely life-changing for someone you love. And while you are at it, drop a comment below and tell me where you are watching from. I absolutely love seeing where a Healthyfy Hub family is tuning in from around the world. It genuinely makes my day every single time. Okay, let us get into it. Our first movement is one that might surprise you because it looks a little unconventional. But do not let that fool you. This exercise is one of the most powerful things you can do for pelvic health. And I am going to explain exactly why before we do it, so that you understand what your body's experiencing. We are starting with what is called the glute walk, which is sometimes described as walking on your sitting bones. Now, before you picture anything too dramatic, let me reassure you that this is a seated movement done on the floor, and it is as gentle as it sounds. But the effects are profound. Here is why this exercise is so incredible. Beneath each of your buttocks, you have a hard, bony structure called the ischial tuberosity. You might know it simply as your sitting bone. When you do this exercise, you are essentially using those bones to massage the pelvic floor from underneath. Think of it like a deep tissue massage for your insides. The gentle rocking and shifting of your weight from side to side manually pumps blood through the entire pelvic region. For anyone watching who has ever dealt with digestive sluggishness, pelvic heaviness, or that uncomfortable feeling of fullness and pressure in the lower belly, this exercise directly addresses all of it. And for the men watching, this movement is particularly beneficial for prostate health and circulation in the reproductive organs. For the women watching, this is extraordinary for gynecological health, for reducing pelvic congestion, and for improving the function of all the organs housed in that pelvic basin. To get into position, I want you to sit down on your mat or on a firm surface. Extend both legs out in front of you so they are long and straight. Now this part matters, so pay attention. Sit up as tall as you possibly can. Imagine someone has tied a gentle string to the very top of your head and is slowly pulling it straight up toward the ceiling. Your spine should feel long. Your chest should feel open. Your shoulders should be relaxed, but not slumped. This upright posture is not optional. It is essential because it allows the pelvis to tilt correctly and get the full benefit of the movement. Now, extend your arms straight out in front of you. This helps with balance, and it also keeps your upper body from collapsing as you move. Fix your gaze on a spot directly in front of you and keep it there throughout the exercise. Now, here's what we are going to do. Using only your hips, not your hands, not your shoulders. I want you to lift your right hip and move it forward. Then lift your left hip and move it forward. Right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip. You're essentially walking forward on your sitting bones. Feel those hard points beneath you doing all the work. Your heels might slide along the floor, and that is completely fine. Let them slide.